Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well and are staying healthy and safe. So in today's video, I've gathered up some favorites and we're gonna go over them. I've got some skincare and some makeup. And before we start, in case you guys are curious about what I have on my nails, I have the NCLA in Call My Agent. And then for this kind of turquoise color, it is Beauty Without Cruelty in the shade Mermaid. So that is currently what I have on my nails in case you guys are interested. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, first up is some Garnier products. First up is their Water Rose Micellar Cleansing Water. And this has rose water and glycerin in it. And I use this as a first step to remove my makeup before going in with a cleansing balm and then a regular old face wash. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend using just micellar water to take off makeup. I just don't think micellar waters are all that effective at completely removing makeup, but I do like this to help break down the makeup, or to start breaking down the makeup and getting that process of makeup removal started. And I actually really enjoyed this. And I think, if you were in a pinch and didn't really have anything else, you could totally get away with using this. I will definitely repurchase this. They have a couple of different options depending on your skin type. And I actually believe most of their micellar waters are vegan. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I love a good hydrating cleanser. And their smoothing milky wash with hyaluronic melon, which is basically just hyaluronic acid and watermelon, is just so nice. I like to use this in the morning, and I feel like it really just rejuvenates my skin, really wakes it up, and it doesn't make it feel dried out or like there's a film or anything like that. It feels very soft, and I've used quite a bit of this, and I'm definitely going to repurchase this. This is a really good cleanser if you're like me and have skin that leans more towards the dry side. My skin tends to be very dry sometimes, and it can also be a little bit normal. So I would say my skin is more normal to dry. And then this is kind of an interesting product. This is their Replumping Serum Cream. And again, this is the same hyaluronic acid and watermelon that is in the cleanser. But the thing about this is a 3-in-1 product. So this has an SPF of 30. So it's a sunscreen, and as you can probably tell by the name, it is a serum and a moisturizer. And I have been using this as my morning moisturizer, and I have to say, I kind of like it. It's a good moisturizer. I feel like my makeup goes on really well on top of it. I haven't noticed any interference with that or anything like that. And same with the cleanser. They have a couple of different options for different skin types and all of these serum, sunscreen, cream things are vegan, which is really nice. So another product that I will definitely be repurchasing. An eye cream that I'm kind of starting to like is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream. I have really struggled with eye creams. I used one from Verst and one from Beauty Without Cruelty, and those were fine, but they both kind of stung when I put them on my under eye. So I kind of am just not going to repurchase those. I do not feel comfortable putting something under my eyes that is going to cause it to sting. But this does not sting my under eyes, and for that it gets an A+ from me. It seems to do a good job of keeping my under eyes hydrated. My under eyes are very dry usually, so I try to keep a lot of moisture in there, especially when it comes to putting on concealer. Concealer tends to crease on me pretty badly. So this has been a huge help in keeping my under eyes nice and moisturized, and yeah. I am super, super excited for this one. This is the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. I was super stoked when I found out that this palette is vegan. A lot of eyeshadow palettes, especially from Urban Decay and Tarte and Too Faced, are not vegan usually. So I was really excited when this came out and it was vegan. I knew I had to have it. But let me open it up. And these colors are so good. They blend out so nicely, and you can build them up so easily. It's just a really, really good palette. And I especially love this blue shade Bud. It's the perfect amount. Like, it's not too intense and it's not too subtle. It's perfect. I have been reaching for this palette a ton, and I love it. And also, I'm pretty surprised that the brush that came with it is actually really good too. It's very, very soft, which I actually prefer. I tend to not really like stiff brushes. But even if I use a different eyeshadow palette, it still does the job very well. So overall, I am super happy that I have this palette, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is just a really nice palette, and I love that you can create more of like a neutral look, or you could go in for some color. It's a good palette. Highly recommend it. I am generally a huge, huge fan of e.l.f. products. They are probably one of my favorite brands. They are just so affordable and so easily accessible, and everything from them is vegan. So they're just a very, they're just a go-to kind of a brand, you know? So I have a couple products from them. First up is their Halo Glow Setting Powder. And yeah, mine is in the shade Light. And I like, alright, well, the packaging is a little messy, but I like the packaging and I don't, because the packaging has this little dial thing, so then you can open it up like that, get the powder out, and then you can close it back up. But as you can see, it does get a little messy. There we go. But, you know, you can just put all that excess powder into a cap. It's not going to waste or anything. But this is a really nice powder, very lightweight. I feel like it really sets my makeup. I have a cream blush from CoverGirl that I love. You may have heard me talk about it a couple times on this channel, and that works so well with it. It works well with all of my foundations, and it's a really good setting powder. I love the way it makes my skin look. It just has a nice, flawless, natural kind of finish. Like, it's not matte, and it's not dewy either. It looks like your skin, but healthier, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I will definitely be repurchasing this. This is a really nice setting powder. I might have talked about this in my 2020 favorites, I believe. But anyway, I'm mentioning it again. This is their bronzer. And it says the shade Warm, but when I was looking on the e.l.f. website to link this in the description of my 2020 favorites video, it looked like they only had one shade, and it wasn't called Medium. So I don't know about that. But anyway, as you can see, I've hit pan on it. This is a really nice bronzer. I really enjoy this. I would say it's more of like a satin finish. So if you don't like satin finishes and you're more into a matte bronzer, you are probably not going to like this. But I personally love the way that this looks on my skin. I don't find it to be too much, and it blends out so nicely, and it just really makes the skin look so nice. And I do like that you get a couple of different shades in here, so you can really mix and match. Sort of. I do wish that they had better shades in this, because this is a really good bronzer. Unfortunately, the shades are not the best. Last e.l.f. product is their Mint Melt No Budge eyeshadow stick. And I have mine in the shade Ice Cream. Yes. And I've never used these kind of like shadow sticks before. And I have to say, this is really, really beautiful. This lasts all day. And again, it's budge proof. When it says no budge, it means no budge. And it's such a pretty color, and I feel like this color could go with a lot of different looks. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. And yeah, and I also like layering this underneath some other shadows, like some other shimmer shadows too, and it works really well for that. So I really enjoy this. It's such a beautiful color, and I feel like it would suit a lot of different eye looks. So yeah. Alright, we got one more e.l.f. product. Sorry. But this is their hydrating face primer. I love this stuff so much. This works so well with all of my foundations, and this with this halo setting powder, and it is just the perfect combination. I love using those two together. It just makes my skin look flawless, and yeah, I really, really enjoyed this primer. It's just a good primer. Another primer is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. Like the e.l.f., this really preps your skin for makeup. It just really gives this nice base for the foundation to go on. And it's skin perfecting, and I kind of find that it does smooth out your skin a little bit. And again, I use this with pretty much all of my foundations, and it works so well with them. Just another really good staple primer. I have two concealers here. I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer in the shade 110 Nude Ivory, and the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer, and this is in the shade 310 Porcelain. And I've been using these concealers, and I have to say I really like them both. They're really solid concealers. As I said, concealers do tend to crease on me pretty badly, and I don't like to have a very thick full coverage concealer, at least on my under eyes, because my under eyes are just too dry for it. But these are hydrating, and I find that if I set them with setting powder, they don't crease as badly as some other concealers do. I was really stoked to try these out, and I have to say they are really solid concealers. I don't really use these for spot concealing. I just use these on my under eyes. So yeah, pretty solid concealers. And last but not least, this is the Milani Rose Lip Balm. And this is in the shade I don't think this has a shade, but this is their Rose Balm Transforming Lip Balm. You're probably not really going to be able to see that too well. Right there. And I've been struggling to find a good lip balm for a little while now. I recall really liking the e.l.f. hemp one. I felt that one was pretty good. And I also really like this one too. My lips get so chapped, and I feel like this really does a good job of just moisturizing my lips and preventing them from getting chapped. I'll put this on, maybe put like a liquid lipstick over it, and it just really keeps my lips hydrated. And you can also just wear this on its own. It's a nice little lip tint, so it's not, anything too intense. So if you're doing like a no makeup look, or you don't like to wear makeup but you still want a little bit of something on your lips, give it just a little bit of color, you'll really like this. I really like this a lot. So yeah, really good lip balm, and I like that it has that little bit of tint to it. So if I want to, I can just wear this and not bother with putting anything else on my lips. Alright guys, that about does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and yeah, as always, you can find me on Instagram at gracefullyveganx and on Vegan Amino at gracefullyvegan. Links are always in the description. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or video requests, you are always free to leave them in the comments below. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.